Hello and welcome to the Library Show. I'm Nicole and today I'm with Stella Cohn, an outreach librarian with Georgia Public Library Service. Stella will be talking to us about programs and information for patrons with print impairments. Good morning, Stella.
Good morning, Nicole.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Thank you for coming to the Library Show.
Thank you for having
Can you
me.
tell us quickly what you do for Georgia Public Library Service?
Yes, I am the outreach librarian for Georgia Libraries for Accessible Statewide Service, or GLASS. I actually get to do the fun part of the whole job because I get to interact with people, tell them about the service, talk to public librarians, and make sure that they know so they can reach people in their community. Also, assisted living, senior services, teachers, anybody who'll listen.
That's terrific. You mentioned GLASS. Can you tell us what GLASS is and what its mission is?
Yes, GLASS, we partner with the Library of Congress National Library Service, and we provide books in Braille and audio, books and magazines, for people who cannot read standard print material, either because of blindness, physical disability, or they have a reading disability.
Wow.
Yeah.
What type of help can a patron get with print impairments?
We do provide a player, which
I can hold this.
okay, which gives you able to read books and magazines in audio, and this is one of our books. We've gone a long way with our books, so we now have a digital format.
Yeah.
We can get even the Bible, the complete Bible, on our disc now.
I was
And
going to ask,
yeah.
is there a variety of genres?
There is. Because we are a lifespan service, we do have things for children as well as adults, and we publish from the bestseller list, such as the New York Times or the Washington Post.
Wow.
And so we get all the mysteries and the romance and the history, and we do both fiction and nonfiction books.
How do patrons keep up with new additions to the collection?
We have a catalog that comes out every 2 months. It's called Talking Book Topics, and we have that in large print or audio or on Braille. And so they can see from there what's been put on the library shelf in the last 2 months. The other thing is they can go to our webpage and check our catalog, which is at georgialibraries.org/glass, and then they can check in our database. Also, they can go to the Library of Congress and to the NLS site, loc.gov/NLS, and they will be able to see the catalog online.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So how would our patrons access these materials?
They can,
Or qualify, I should say.
yeah, to qualify, they have to be legally blind, low vision, or blind. They have to have a physical disability that they cannot hold a book, or they can't manipulate the page, or if they have a reading disability, that a different format is better for them with their learning.
Now, does a patron need to be technology savvy to be able to use
No.
these materials?
No, not at all. Our player is very compact, very easy to use, and actually with that, there's each button will tell you what that button does.
Wow.
And then we do have certain levels there. We can also download books from what's called the Braille and Audio Reading Download, or BARD. And that can be downloaded to your computer, unzip, moved to a blank flash drive, and then listen to in your book. We now have a new product where what we call is BARD Mobile, and with the BARD Mobile, on an iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch, you're able to get the books and just download them straight to your iDevice and read it from there. We also, with that, we can do either audio or Braille with the downloads.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, once a patron qualifies, where would they pick up these resources?
We can mail them to the person. We generally mail them directly to their home. We use Free Matter for the Blind, and which is Congress does a grant to the post office, and there's a card on the back, and they just flip it over and put it back in the mail to us. Sometimes people work with their public libraries because they're more comfortable with their local librarians, and we've actually sent books for the patron to the local library after people at the library have assisted them in choosing their books.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great. So can you tell me, with your experience, how have you seen these materials impact patrons personally?
In so many ways, because a lot of times people who develop a disability later in life, they tend to stay at home, but we encourage them to get out. They can use and keep up with a book club that they're attending, maybe at their public library or at a church. They can also keep up with what's going on. What are my friends reading? So they can read them as well, because we do the bestsellers. It really makes a difference. We have one lady who, she's in her early 60s. She's using some of our books and the audio and the Braille books to learn Braille now.
Wow.
So there's a lot of ways, and what it does, it keeps people up with current affairs, their hobbies through our magazines, and really keeps them independent.
Wow.
And able to live in their own home and know what's going on in their neighborhoods as well.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Stella, for visiting the library show. If you want to know more about glass, please go on the Cobb County Library website at www.cobbcat.org. We'll be back in a moment with the library show.
So what you want to do is, have you already enrolled? You're 25.
What did that just do?
Select the drop-down menu again. If you
Wait.
decide you're already enrolled. Example here, so don't panic. You're ready to make your payment. Submit. There it is.
Oh my God! I really can't believe it.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Welcome back to the Library Show. I'm Beth. Lots of people like to give gifts in December, and I think the best gift you can give to your children is reading with them. No child is ever too young or too old, and there's no right book to read together, so choose books you enjoy. Want some inspiration? Here are some books that show that love is one of the greatest gifts you can give. This first book is called The Gift of Nothing, and it's by Mr. Patrick O'Donnell. You might recognize him as the author of the comic strip Mutts. In this book, Mooch the cat wants to give his best friend Earl the dog a present, but Earl already has everything, so Mooch decides to give him the gift of nothing. Nothing might not sound like much, but it's all these friends need when they're together. My next book is called Thank You, Bear, and it's by Greg Foley. Bear finds a box that he knows will be the perfect gift for his friend Mouse, but on the way to find his friend, the other animals tell him that his gift isn't so wonderful after all. Do you think Mouse will like the box? Could it really be the perfect present after all? This next book is called Rabbit's Gift, and it was written by George Shannon. Rabbit finds 2 turnips in the snow, but he's worried that his friend Donkey might be hungry, so Rabbit leaves the extra turnip outside Donkey's house. Rabbit's generosity soon spreads to the rest of the woodland creatures and leads to a happy surprise. My next book is called The Thankful Book, and it's by Todd Parr. Sure, it's December and Thanksgiving was last month, but this is a book you can enjoy all year long. The colorful pictures show all kinds of things for which to be thankful, from music to shadows to libraries. I should warn you though, some of these pictures are very silly. My last book is called Book, and it was written by Christine O'Connell George. A young child receives a book as a present, and it just might be the most exciting present ever. It turns out you can do all sorts of fun things with a book, but my favorite parts are when the book gets shared with both the baby and a favorite grown-up. After all, I wasn't kidding about how reading together is an incredible and incredibly important gift. For these and other great books, visit your local Cobb County Public Library and stay tuned for more of The Library Show.
Thanks for calling the GED Pep Talk Center. Jerry Stiller speaking. Your level 7 in-your-face pep talk.
I can keep pushing you. Believe me, I'm good at it. But at some point, you're gonna need to start pushing yourself.
See, once you've got your GED diploma, you'll feel so good about yourself.
You tell them. You can't change your past, but you can definitely change your future.
That makes me so happy, I'm ready to bust out a dance.
Mr. Trejo, can I transfer this guy to you? My gentle technique isn't really working. You need something a little more
Persuasive?
Yes.
You listen, and you listen good.
Hey, where's my sandwich? Terry? Terry!
Take it from me, the King DMC. It's a real cool thing to get your GED.
Get that diploma!
Now hold on and we'll find you free GED classes. Capiche?
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
Hi, I'm Roxanne from the South Cobb Regional Library. Welcome back to the Library Show. I'm here with Donna from the Lewis A. Wright Library. We're talking about books for book discussions. We have 10 book groups in the Cobb County Public Library system, and they cover a wide range of taste and interest. Donna runs 2 of our book clubs. Welcome, Donna.
Hi, good morning. Yes, I really enjoy running the book clubs. So I want to talk to you about some of the books that have made really good book club read choices.
Okay, your first one is a nonfiction book. Why'd you choose that?
Nonfiction is something that a lot of people enjoy reading if it's well written, if it's written like a story. The Lost City of Z by David Grann is about Colonel Percy Fawcett, an explorer who went through the Amazon from 1905 to 1925. He had a lot of trips. He was eventually lost, he and his son, on his last expedition. That spawned a lot of other people looking for him. It's a fascinating story about how difficult it is, and also the author, who is a journalist, decided to follow in Percy's footsteps. So we see the modern young man doing the exploring, and then we also see what happened a long time ago.
So what did your group think about the book?
The group loved it. They learned a lot about Amazon exploration. They thought that Colonel Fawcett was just a real hoot, and they were grossed out by the difference, the bugs, but they just enjoyed the tale, and the fact that it was true made it more important to them.
Okay, your next book. I've read this one. It's really well written. I loved it. Tell us about it.
Defending Jacob by William Landay is actually a very popular book. It is a legal thriller, unlike a lot of the books we pick for book groups. But there are so many things about it that as soon as you read it, you will want to talk to somebody about.
Yes, you sure do.
There's the parental aspect, there is the crime aspect. The plot involves the district attorney of a small community. His son is accused of murder after one of his classmates is found dead.
And I assume your group loved it?
My group liked it very much. They had a lot to say about each of the characters and how well it was plotted, but also that it was well written.
Okay, your next book. It's a horror story. I can't read it after I tried to read The Exorcist when I was 10. So why'd you pick that one?
I love this book. This book is said to be a horror story, but it is so much more. It's Nosferatu by Joe Hill. The title comes from the license plate on the antique Rolls Royce that the bad guy uses to abduct his victims. But it's really a human story. It rises above horror to become literature. He describes people. It's what people do in certain situations and how they manage to survive. And it's just so exciting. It's very long. It's almost 800 pages, but I could not put it down.
Okay, so has your group read it? It's pretty new, came out in 2013.
They are planning on reading it. They were scared by the word horror, but once I explained that except for the very creepy first chapter that's only 5 pages, it's really a worthwhile read. It's not so much about horror as it is about people.
Okay, your next book was a critically acclaimed book, one of the top, probably 100 books of last year, 2012 or 11?
No, this one is Help for the Haunted.
I skipped one.
By John Searles.
Sorry about that.
That's quite all right. This is a new book. It's a coming-of-age story. It's a mystery. It's a suspense thriller. It makes a very good book for discussion because the people are so complicated. There are family secrets. Nothing is ever what it seems to be. You turn a page and your jaw drops because of something new you've learned.
Well, this is brand new. It was just released in October. Is it a ghost story? And has your group read it yet?
It's not a ghost story. Now, the book starts with the death, the murder of a teenage girl's parents. They are demonologists. What they do is help people who are haunted or who think they are haunted. They are both deeply religious. There is nothing paranormal in the sense of scary ghosts, but it's a little odd.
Okay.
It's an unusual book.
And your group's going to read it soon?
They have, as soon as we get enough copies that have circulated, then we will be reading it. Right now they're all checked out, and we try not to check out every book in the system.
All right. Now, I think your next one is the first one I was going to talk about.
Yes.
Okay. It's critically acclaimed. It's a very short book. I couldn't get through the first paragraph.
The Buddha in the Attic by, Julie Otsuka, is about the experience of Japanese women who came to this country in the early 20th century to become brides for other Japanese men. They were sometimes sold by their parents. They sometimes came over to America as the last hope. They thought they were going to enter into a wonderful life, but they were deceived. What they saw when they got here was very different. The men were, instead of young and vigorous, they were old and ugly. But what this makes this rise above your typical immigrant story is that it's the story of the entire immigrant experience of the entire group of women. It's written almost like poetry, which is probably why you didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
Because there's not one single plot thread that you can take one family and go through. Instead, it's the story of every woman and every experience she had. And it goes from like 1905 to the internment in World War I.
Okay. Very quickly, did your group like it?
Yes and no. Most of them really enjoyed how much they learned from it. Some of them were like you and they wanted a story and they didn't want poetry.
Well, stay tuned. We'll be right back for more with the library show. And I forgot to mention why I'm wearing this. It's I gave money to our United Way campaign. Thank you.
You can say with me, imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read.
So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child.
So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time.
One book could be the first thing that helps to change a life. Book people unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Hi, I'm Cindy Holmberg. In this segment, I'm going to tell you about library resources that will help both the novice and expert investor make informed decisions regarding investing for retirement. I'll tell you how to find authoritative print resources as well as online resources you can access from your home computer or a library computer. These resources will help you choose the best stocks, mutual funds, and bonds, and help you develop strategies to effectively manage a financial portfolio. To find books on investing, search the library catalog using the subject term investments. You'll find many books to choose from, like Standard & Poor's Guide to Money and Investing by Virginia and Kenneth Morris. This book is an easy-to-read introduction to investing. It explains how traditional and alternative investments work and how they're valued, their potential risks, and the opportunities they offer for building a diversified portfolio. Cobb Libraries also offer the print edition of Value Line Investment Survey, a complete investment management tool that enables both the new and experienced investor to make better informed decisions. It provides a wealth of in-depth financial information, plus objective research, insightful commentary, proven price projections, and advanced analytical tools. In addition to print resources, there are online resources available through e-library collection, accessed through the library's website, cobbcat.org. In the e-library collection, there are 2 comprehensive and professional investment research databases, Morningstar Investment Research Center and S&P Net Advantage. They offer analysis of stocks, mutual funds, bonds, and exchange-traded funds. You'll also find extensive information on companies and industries. To access these 2 investment databases, click on eLibrary in the Collections list and then click on Business in the Database list. On this page, you'll find the links for Morningstar and S&P Net Advantage. Enter your library card number and PIN number to access these databases on your home computer. Let's take a quick look at Morningstar. Morningstar Online Research Center provides access to comprehensive data and independent analysis on thousands of investments. There are a wide range of tools that help the beginner as well as the expert investor. Screeners provide an easy way to sort through thousands of stocks and funds using Morningstar's proprietary data criteria. The database also provides access to a comprehensive suite of portfolio planning tools and guidance. If you are unsure how to navigate the Morningstar database or need help with investing, Morningstar offers a help and education section where you'll find a user guide, monthly webinars, and class curriculum that teaches you the basics of investing, how to build a portfolio, or how to tailor your current portfolio to get the best return on your money. Also available through the eLibrary collection at S&P Net Advantage. Similar to Morningstar, this database is a comprehensive professional source for investment information. A searchable business directory is also available containing information on 90,000 public and private companies, which include names of key executives and a database of over 70,000 biographies of top company officials. Company and industry information also includes earnings and dividends reports, comprehensive company information, industry surveys for 52 major U.S. industries, and directories of companies, executives, and security dealers. Help and education is also available in this database, including a glossary of terms, educational tutorials, and a help section to assist you in navigating and utilizing the database. Education opportunities are also available. You can sign up for free continuing education courses that cover investing through the Learn for Life program. The program offers courses like Stocks, Bonds, and Investing, Oh My, and Personal Finance, which will walk you through the basics of investing and how to manage your personal finances. Taught by expert instructors, each course is 6 weeks long and features 12 lessons with online discussions, homework, quizzes, and a final exam. To sign up for a course, go to the library's website, cobbcat.org, look for the link for eLibrary under the Collections list, and in eLibrary, click on Education in the Database list. Here is where you'll find the link for Learn for Life. Register with your library card number and the course is free. For more information on the resources I've presented in this segment, call or visit your local Cobb County Library today. Don't go away, we'll be right back in just a moment.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities. To ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child.
Give. Advocate. Volunteer.
Live united. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
Thank you for being with us for this episode of The Library Show. In today's segments, we've presented a few highlights of the services and programs available at your local Cobb County Library. To keep up with all the great things happening at your library each week, friend us on Facebook and visit the library's website at cobbcat.org to read our blog and check for upcoming events on our program calendar. From all of us at the Cobb County Library System, have a happy and safe holiday season.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally. I did. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands? My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terracloth diapers breathe better?
I did. It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that strollers have the right of way on a sidewalk?
Yes.
Yep, I did. Did you guys
Did you know that kids who eat breakfast have higher GPAs?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's actually what I was going to say.
Did you know babies should never touch silver? It's really bad for them.
I knew that. Did you guys know that statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
I'm putting that on my blog.
I just put it in mine.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are the #1 killer of children 1 through 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.